as we're here on Christmas Eve here at the studios in San Francisco. Niners Radio 49, 49ers Live. Professor B here. Glad you guys are joining in on here on this late December Christmas Eve here in the studios here in San Francisco. We just apologize for the delay. We had some technical difficulties, and we got that fixed up. We're gonna kick it off with Kyle Shanahan's press conference from yesterday. We did not do it yesterday because of the. We didn't get a chance to do it yesterday because the Monday presser, because they got back late night Sunday night, and it didn't come till late afternoon yesterday afternoon. So replay of that audio press conference. Then after that press conference, we'll go back in our Niners Radio 49 flashback segment, going back to 1989 as we continue to celebrate, commemorate the 35-year anniversary of the 49ers winning back-to-back Super Bowls. We'll look at Week 16, the final Sunday of the 1989 regular season. 49ers taking on the Chicago Bears, a rematch of the NFC Championship game back in January of 89, back 11 months and a half months earlier. Two teams are heading in the opposite directions going in that final game. The Chicago Bears come in there eliminated from the playoff race, are on a 5-game losing streak, and they were been hit by injuries, 5 straight losses, while the 49ers are 13-2, trying to finish the season as they headed to the playoffs with some momentum, getting nobody seriously hurt and getting some playing time for others. And then we'll take a look back at Week 16, the final regular season scoreboard for week number 16 is teams battling for playoff positioning, wild clinch playoff berths, and et cetera, for week 16 of the 1989 NFL regular season. Then we'll have in our segment, we will have the John Lynch Foundation holiday party for a special holiday event, and we will have and then we'll have my final thoughts though as well. So without further ado, we're going to go to Kyle Shanahan's presser. This was from yesterday, and we're going to have the replay of this from his morning his conference call yesterday after the recap. The Niners lost to the Dolphins, and again, of course, the Niners were mathematically eliminated once they within minutes of before their game kicked off in South Florida after the conclusion of the Rams-Jets game up at the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So we'll hear from all the injury news, not good, and we'll hear from Kyle Shanahan from Monday presser. So we're going to hear that presser right coming up. Kyle Shanahan's Monday's presser conference call from yesterday on Niners Radio 49. You're watching 49ers Live. You listen to Kyle Shanahan's Monday conference call from yesterday, which begins right now. All right, we'll be getting to Kyle Shanahan's presser in just a few moments. We're trying to pick up that audio feed. We will start in a few moments' time. He's going to recap of Week 16 that lost to the Dolphins. As the Dolphins, by the way, have now beaten the 49ers 3 of their last 4.
Delta Sky Club.
Welcome back, Miss Klein.
To the Jet Bridge. Delta Airlines relies on 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business to power operations and serve customers faster. Together, we're putting 5G in the hands of ground staff so they can better assist on-the-go travelers with real-time information.
We're going to hold on just a few moments. We'll get that one ready to go in just a moment. Just as we're going to
Join
Okay, we got it queued up. So we're going to say the Kyle Shanahan's press conference, talked with the media yesterday on this conference call, and we'll send it to you, send that replay of that right now. You're watching 49ers Live with your host, Professor B, on Niners Radio 49.
All right, guys. Aaron Banks has MC. Can we open that? Aaron Banks has a MCL. He'll be out these next 2 games. Jalen Moore, quad strain. He'll also miss our last 2 games. Burford has a calf, dealing with some soreness. We're still waiting for him to get back from the MRI, so don't have an official thing on that yet. Greenlaw, the same thing with his calf, looking like soreness. So we'll still evaluate that. Jair Brown has an ankle. He'll be day-to-day. D. Winters, chest. He'll be day-to-day also. Go ahead.
Kyle, did Leonard Floyd check out okay then? I know he went back in the game.
Yes, he checked out all right.
Is there any study done Drake left the rest of the year, or is there a potential that he'll come back?
Sorry, you broke up.
Is there a chance that Dre Greenlaw is shut down for the rest of the year, or is there a potential that he'll come back and play?
I mean, my gut is most likely that he'll end up being shut down, but that's I got to wait to talk to Dre on that, and we'll still make sure to see exactly how he is doing, because right now we just have it as just soreness and stuff, but that'll definitely be a decision that I'll leave up to Dre depending on what his health is.
How has he been emotional? Had a journey for him to come back from the Achilles injury.
Sorry, you keep breaking up. What was that again?
Right. What's he been emotionally? I know it's been quite a journey for him to come back from the Achilles injury.
I mean, I think it's been a huge emotional deal. You know, I mean, heard in the Super Bowl like that and how dramatic of an injury that can be, just talking to people who have had it. I think it's been a battle and a hard deal to get back, and I think he was real emotional in his first game, or even his first few practices, just being able to make it. And I think it's been a huge success so far, just the fact that he's gotten to this point. I knew when he was complaining about the soreness in those first 4 plays of the game. I know when we told him he wasn't going to go back in it anymore, he was pretty emotional there, because I know how bad he wants to go in and how bad he wants to move on from this. But it's still part of the process and still something he's working through. But he's been really inspiring to watch him go through all this.
Kyle, who's your next tackle after Burford?
You look at our roster and fill any of the choices. So, and we'd have to move. We've brought in a couple of practice squad guys here recently. You know, just activating Pleasant to the roster. I think we did that on Saturday. We also, you know, when you get to these points where you're down pretty low on it, you got to get 5 guys out there. So we'd have to make the decision on some possible guards too. So hopefully we'll get some good news on Burford, but if not, we'll probably have to add some people from other people.
Injuries. So the following players that he said: Banks, and of course, and a few others that they're not going to be playing next They will be out for the final 2 games. Greenlaw with a sore
to weekend gardeners and everyone in between.
From with all these injuries. We're going to get you right back to Kyle Shanahan's presser, Monday's conference call from late yesterday afternoon. So those guys he mentioned in the presser, in his conference call yesterday with the Bay Area media, that those guys will not be playing. Greenlaw is uncertain. They'll go day to day. I would say he should just shut it down for the rest of the year. Trent Williams will not be playing again this year. His status, it's been... So we apologize for the inconvenience. We're going to get you right back to his presser in a few moments. We've having some technical difficulties right now. As right now we're at 1 o'clock. We're at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time here in the Bay Area. We're going to get you right back to that presser. We just had a glitch, so we apologize for the inconvenience. So get other people that want to watch our content. So we're going to continue on Niners Radio 49. We are just... as we apologize for the little bit delay, we're going to get you right back out there for that podcast from the conference call in its entirety in a few minutes. We're just trying to get this thing fixed, get this thing back on track. We had a glitch in the audio system, and by the way, we're just waiting.
From the Delta Sky Club
Welcome back, Miss Klein.
to the Jet Bridge, Delta Airlines relies on 5G.com/now.
Floyd, check out okay then. I know you
Vision that all the deal, Hernan has been really inspiring to watch him go through all this.
Kyle, who's your next tackle after Burford?
You look at our roster and fill any of the choices. So, and we'd have to move. We've brought in a couple practice squad guys here recently. Just activating Pleasant to the roster. I think we did that on Saturday. We also, when you get to these points where you're down pretty low on it, you got to get 5 guys out there. So we'd have to make the decision on some possible guards too. So hopefully we'll get some good news on Burford, but if not, we'll probably have to add some people from other people's practice squads if we haven't. I'm sure we've been working on that already, but it's a little too early to say.
Kyle, after the game, both Fred Warner and Nick Bosa said that Dre sometimes just has to be saved from himself, that he's always going to push to get out there even when it's not in his best interest. Do you feel that way too? Is that why you're kind of leaning toward shutting him down for the season?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that's what we did on play 4, But it's there's it's also also good interest for Dre to get out there and play for him also. You know, if he is healthy and can do it. So there's a fine line in that. And you know, I mean, I told Dre this just even after that Rams game, talking with him, like he was telling me how, don't worry, I'll be for sure good the next week, and that's how bad he wants to go, because it is a good thing when a player's coming back from an injury to be able to show the league and stuff you got back and you're good to go. But by no means doing that at the expense of messing up the next year. So that's something that Dre understands, but his passion and his heart really wants to get out there. But that's why I say that I'm leaning towards no. But I got to get more information on that to make sure that that's the right decision for Dre.
Do you expect Isaac Guerendo to practice this week?
Yeah, we are expecting him back Wednesday. You know, he'll still prove enough to get him out there, and we don't see that happening enough in 2 weeks, especially the situation we're in.
Kyle, last night in your press conference, you mentioned a lack of concentration by the offense. Is there anything you can attribute that to? Is it mental fatigue? What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are, you know, when two guys are off the ball and not one guy's on and one guy's off, that's just a lack of concentration. When time's supposed to be off the ball, last night, and kind of the timing of when it happened really gave us an extremely small chance to win, and that's why it was such a big deal yesterday.
On the broadcast, Leonard Hankerson was
be coached, and he doesn't take things personal. I think he was just as upset about it, and sometimes when there's a lot of things that he's trying to focus on and stuff, and he forgets one little thing, which can end up being a big thing, especially the play that happened with it. And I mean, I didn't see Hank, but I'm sure you saw his frustration. But that's how we all were, and that's how Ricky was. And sometimes that's what comes out naturally, which sometimes can get a guy to focus a little bit harder too. Good.
Kyle, with your left tackle situation, I guess potentially. I mean, I don't suggest, I'm not saying you wouldn't play Brock, because of that. But does it give you any pause when you have kind of your franchise quarterback and you don't quite know who might be protecting his blind side?
I mean, all that stuff does, but I mean, people deal with that throughout the year and other weeks too. I mean, we got a football team, Eric, and we got to go out and we got 2 games here, and we got to see what guys we can put out there, and whatever we do, we're going to put a game plan together to as best as we can to give us a chance to win. And but no, I don't not thinking that way.
Kyle, how do you go about motivating guys at this stage when there are this many injuries and you're at where you're at in the season? I mean, do you have to try anything different, or how do you go about it?
I mean, motivation is telling people the situation they're in and hoping that they understand the reality. I mean, this is professional sports. You get paid to do this. It's our job. You get 17 checks, which is for 17 games. Whether you're in the playoffs, out of the playoffs, I mean, people who don't understand that don't last long in this league. And you need me to tell you that, I will. But I think guys do understand that. I think our team understands that. You have a standard to play for. You don't just sit there and play till you're in something and then shut it down. You play one way. And we got 2 games here left. That's all that we got. And our goal is to find a way to play better. Our goal is to find a way to get a win. And expect out of anyone involved in this. And if they don't see it that way, and you got to convince them too much more than that, then they're probably not the type of guys that you want around here, anyways.
Kyle, after taking a look at those excessive penalties by the defense at the end of the game, what were your thoughts on those? I know you said yesterday you hadn't seen them yet.
Yeah, we deserved them all. I think Demos could have gone a little either way, but when you push someone, you can get a call. And I always tell those guys that, no matter how close you get to being physical or doing whatever, especially guys talking to him and trying to piss them off and stuff or whatever, and he gives someone a little baby shove in the back. It doesn't always get called, but if it does, then you're at fault because you're not allowed to do that, and it hurt our team. So stuff those guys are aware of. Jordan's, when he's trying to finish to the ball, by no means do I think he's doing anything dirty. But when a guy's down on the ground, you got to dive over him if your body's already is in motion to try to hit him. And regardless of how you hit him, you can never leave with your head. So you're going to get a penalty for that every time. And Huff running into that guy at the end of the play, he definitely could have avoided him, and it was a stupid mistake that hurt us.
Kyle, I know a lot of it's probably game circumstance and score, but I guess you've gone 55 regular season games without giving up a 100-yard rusher, and now it's 4 in 5 games. What is the issue with the run defense?
I think it's been different each week. I think versus and Buffalo, I thought we had some real big injury issues, just with missing some guys, which made it extremely tough. And then especially Buffalo getting that big one, I want to say like 64-yarder, which made it that much worse. Last week was that big one at the end that put him over the top, but I don't think we've had the continuity in our defense to play as good as we have in the past. I think our just with some of the linebackers that have been in and out, it has not nearly been as consistent, and I think some of our run stoppers that have been big for us on the D-line hasn't been as consistent also. And when you add those things all together, and gone against some good backs too, that when they've gotten the right lane, they've got the big ones. And it also goes to not getting guys off on third down as well at times. You give them 3 more plays, and that stuff happens. But we have not been as good in the past, and we haven't been able to put out the fire. You guys good? Anybody else?
That's it. Thanks.
All right, happy holidays, guys. See you Thursday. All right, guys. Merry Christmas. See you Thursday.
Thank you. You too.
From hobby farmers to weekend gardeners and everyone in between, Tractor Supply trusts 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business to make shopping more personal. Together.
All right, that was
with increased.
All right, that was Kyle Shanahan. We'll get to that highlight, Niners and Bears from '89, in just a few moments, just to reiterate what was said during that presser yesterday, and which, by the way, the audio from that press, Kyle Shanahan's his conference call yesterday, courtesy of 49ers.com. This news on the 49ers, go to 49ers.com. So we now go in our next sec. So just as we are iterating, we are iterating. So as we're reiterating for what happened yesterday, just too many mistakes, the foolish penalties, the personal foul penalties that extended the Dolphins' possession of the ball. Not to mention the fact that 2 illegal formation penalties, those 2 illegal formation penalties by Ricky Pearsall that wiped out potential 1st and goal, which they could have got a touchdown out of that, and then they end up Jake Moody didn't help by missing a makeable 41-yard field goal. And I got some of these notes right here that Moody was 84%, kicking over 84% last year in his rookie year, but in his sophomore slump, he is only his kicking percentage, and I know he missed some games because of the injury, 4 games because he was injured. Only 76% this year. Only 4 kickers in the NFL have a worse field goal percentage kicker than Moody. So he's going to have to get it together next year, get his act, clean up his act, because he could be battling for his job if the Niners decide to bring in another kicker this off season. He'll have to compete for that spot. So, you know, and we have to put in their best effort, the best effort of these last 2 games, you know, because this is 17 weeks and you're getting 17 game checks for the year, and you know, and this is the NFL, which means not for long. When your performance out there for the last couple games, you got to put your best effort out there, because if you don't, you know, and coaches, everybody gonna be watching the tapes, and the tapes will not lie. And if you're not giving your best effort, start to bail it in, then you know there are 2 guys out there should not belong in the NFL. You won't. NFL means not for long if you're going to be doing that. So, well, we took a look at some of the recap of Kyle Shanahan's press conference, his conference call from yesterday, and now on 49ers Live, we're going to go back into our 49ers Live or Niners Radio 49 flashback segment. We're going to go back to week number 16th and the regular season finale, when the closing it out with the Chicago Bears at Candlestick Park. This is Park. Early in the year, they originally scheduled game between the Patriots and the Niners at Candlestick Park back in October of '89 was forced to move the Stanford Stadium, the same site of the Niners, some of the damage caused by the Greater Loma Prieta earthquake just prior to Game 3 of the 1989 World Series. So the Niners, after had a big stretch now, that is they're trying to close out the regular season finale against the Chicago Bears. The Bears, coming in this game, now have been eliminated from playoff contention as they've lost 5 in a row, while the Niners and the Bears, a team that won the NFC Central Division in the 5 previous years. Bears on the outside looking in as they're going to be heading home for the playoffs, and they've been hit by so many injuries. One of the years that Mike Ditka would love to forget. So now we'll be right back right after this, and we'll take you to Niners Radio flashback from December 24th, 1989. Professor B will be right back on Niners Radio 49.
Of the holiday season for their fans by thrashing the Bears on Christmas Eve. The 49er defense saved its best effort for last, posting San Francisco's only shutout of the season and its first whitewash since 1987. With increased playing time, reserves Keith DeLong and Tom Homo, number 46, made big plays. While Joe Montana made history, finishing the year with the highest pass rating by any quarterback ever. Terrence Flagler's touchdown run wrapped up San Francisco's glittering 14-2 regular season. Ahead loomed the playoffs, a 3-game stretch that would secure the 49ers a 4th Super Bowl title and a permanent place in NFL history.
All right, that was courtesy of NFL Films. Look back at the 49ers convincing 26-0 shutout of the Chicago Bears to close out the 1989 regular season game for the glamorous season for the 49ers on this date, December 24th, 1989. That was 35 years ago. The Niners end up winning that game, shutting out the Bears 26-0 as the 49ers, the defending Super Bowl champions, look primed and ready to take that step of begin the title defense, defending their crown as the champions of Super Bowl. They're trying to win back-to-back Super Bowls to join that elite up there with the Pittsburgh Steelers. At that time, were the only other team to them and the Vince Lombardi Green Bay Packers winning back-to-back, and then Don Shula's back in 1966 and 67. Don Shula's Dolphins in 72 and 73. 72, of course, was the perfect undefeated season. They would win it again in 73. The Steelers won it all with Chuck Noll, the first double repeat in 74 and 75, and again in 78 and 79. The 49ers with 3 Super Bowls of the 80s, now trying to go for their 4th Super Bowl title in the past 9 years. So now we're going to go into our 1989, go back to 1989 for a Week 16 scoreboard. So taking of the week. So we take a look of week number 16 in our scoreboard. There was some action in week 16 on Saturday. There were 3 games played on Saturday, the 23rd in 1989. We're going to take a look of all Testing. Here we go. So, apologize for the technical difficulties. So, take a look at the scores from week number 16. So, the Eagles clinches the wild card. They will host the Rams the following week on New Year's Eve. The Steelers are in the playoffs. They're going to be the wild card. They will travel down to take on the Houston Oilers down at the Astrodome. And then in the and then on Monday Night Football on Christmas night of 1989, it was the Minnesota Vikings wrapping up the NFC Central with a 29-21 win over the Cincinnati Bengals, who still had a chance to clinch the playoff berth or win the AFC Central as the defending AFC champion Bengals. Their season came to an end on Monday night in an interconference game, which two teams had something to play for, as the Bengals reign as champions of the American Football Conference after losing that heartbreaker to the 49ers in Super Bowl 23 comes to an end. They finish 8-8. In the game, Boomer Esiason threw for 367 yards. He threw 3 interceptions, threw 3 touchdown passes in a losing effort. The late Wade Wilson threw for 303 yards and 2 touchdown passes. James Brooks, the veteran, 15 carries for 93 yards. And then for Anthony Carter, 7 catches, 118 yards. So the Vikings win the NFC Central for the first time since 1980. And other scores from Sunday, and for the 49ers, they end up winning 26-0. Joe Montana had the highest rated quarterback rating ever through a touchdown pass. Jerry Rice, 4 catches for 101 yards and a touch, and 2 with the best record in football. The Bears finished 6-10, and then it was the Chargers beating the Denver Broncos in a meaningless game. The Broncos, who wrapped up home field advantage for the playoffs, the best in the AFC. 19-16 is the score. Five. So yep. So we're gonna take this time out right now. When we come back, we'll have the John Lynch Foundation segment, or we're gonna have that segment coming up. But first, we're gonna we'll have that John Lynch segment coming up, and then we'll have 49ers Tailgate replay on Niners Radio 49, the show we did at Levi Stadium when we had yours truly had the holiday giveaway from 12 days ago from Thursday night. So let's take this quick break. We'll be right back right after this. You're watching 49ers Live, a special edition of 49ers Live, holiday edition with Professor B on Niners Radio 49. All right, so we continue on Niners Radio 49, 49ers Live, the special edition of 49ers Live. Professor B here at the Satellite Digital Media Studios here in San Francisco. We're gonna, on our next segment, we're gonna do the John Lynch, the 28th. This is scenes from the 28th annual John Lynch hosting an annual Christmas party. This was recently, and we're going to go behind the scenes in it. The video footage is courtesy by 49ers.com. This is another great piece of this segment. So hope you guys enjoyed this segment, and it begins right now. All right, that was some scenes at the for John Lynch's 28th annual Christmas holiday party. Him and his wife, phenomenal bang out job. If we look at everybody during this holiday season, the time of being together, and time of thankfulness, and so much more of this during this time during the holiday season. So much to be thankful for, so much to be thankful for during this holiday season, and this is what is the lighter side of football. It's not about the wins and losses, and no, this has been a difficult year for the 49ers, the organization, and the faithful, what they have gone through, but, it's just, one of those things, we have so much to be thankful for, and, what you have to, the grind of this year. I take a look back of this time, looking back on this holiday season as this year came, people who I've known or people I read on Facebook, the wins and losses and all that stuff, but, a time to just, to look back of the season and, count our blessings this time of the year, because a lot of people are going through a lot. People have lost loved ones. Yours truly, I've had a lot of friends who have lost either kids, who have lost parents. I mean, yours truly lost my grandmother 4 years ago, and also other people I've known. A friend of mine who I've run into a lot during the summer. Known her for 4 years. She lost her dad 5 years ago to cancer right before the start of the holiday season, right before Thanksgiving. And I think about my friend. I'm going to keep that individual's name anonymous, but I think about her a lot during this time of this holiday season, about her and her mother, going through those difficult times. without the dad or the and then and my thoughts and prayers go out to them at this time, and then other people I've known who've lost parents in recent years, and we always have to be there for each other during these difficult times. And just when you're out there, just go out there and take your time out, give to your community, and just give, and it's my friend who I was referring to all of you as just showing the act of kindness during this holiday season. And we know so much has happened in the last 4 years with or 5 years with her, and then she kind of had the worst end of it because then knowing going into 2020 would be the first full calendar year without her dad, and plus other circumstances, and but I'm happy, but and also other people I've known like Brian Snow for Satellite, who's on Snowman in the Morning, who I'm known for going on about 11 years since being their affiliate back when they were Arena Sportsnet. Him losing great guy, big 49er fan, ended up losing his daughter at a very young age, and then had some other stuff that went down, breakups, and now I know he's at a better place because he's married now and got some kids he inherited, and I know he's doing very good in this platform. Me and the Snowman, the Professor and the Snowman have a lot in common with us as 49er fans. I mean, Snowman was a senior in high school when the 49ers mollywopped the Denver Broncos. He graduated, I believe, 1990, while yours truly was in the 7th grade in junior high and middle school. Of course, the Niners were going to win back-to-back Super Bowls, both when I was in junior high. And then for yours truly, my senior year, when the Niners beat the Chargers in Super Bowl 29, and boy, that was a long time ago when the Niners last won that Super Bowl. So it's so much to be thankful for. And I was reading some stuff last night about mental health and loneliness this holiday season. And some of the stuff is very sad because a lot of people out there don't have family, maybe conflict or anything out there. And, we just, have to be thankful for everything what we have. And if you're out there today, just doing your last minute shopping. If you're watching, you're about to go out, just do some last minute shopping, or just be kindful, give something to somebody who doesn't have anything, and just give to your heart, And I have so much to be thankful for this year. The most important thing I think for me in 2024, and I'll be talking more about this on our sister station, our sister network, Satellite Digital Media, when I do the World According to Professor B 2024 year-end review, looking back of the year when we, Niners Radio 49, getting a $1,000 grant, winning that Boost Awards, and a lot of support, from all facets of life, avenues of life, came out and support me, and, and I just, really, this is, completing my 8th year. This is my 3rd year completing being the full-time administrator, information director for Niners Radio 49. In my 8th year overall doing reporting, doing pre- and post-game, and doing all the tailgate shows. 8th with Niners Radio 49. I just also completing my 12th full year of doing 49ers tailgate shows overall. The 12th full year, we started at the really started at the end of 2012, right towards the playoffs when Jim Harbaugh was coaching the next to last year at Candlestick Park. Got Jay Esperanza for the first time. We introduced, and then I said, hey, we should do this next year. We're going to do something for the playoffs this year. And then the following year, 2013, was the first full year being on board with the 49er Empire, with 49ers Zone, Red Zone. That's where I met Antonio Arvalo and the rest of the group. And then after 2013, they moved down to Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, and that's where Empire Road begins. And then, so many memories for the last 12 full. Now this is my 12th full year with them, hooking up with those guys, and we've had 11 years, 12, just about to wrap up our 12th year of doing 49ers Tailgate. And this is kind of our wrapping up our 12th overall at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Or no, this is our 10 years at 12 overall. That includes the last year at Candlestick. And this is completing our 11th year at Levi Stadium. 11th. Next Monday will be our 11th, completing our 11th season at Levi Stadium, and our 12th overall when the Niners take on the Detroit Lions for Monday Night Football. The Lions are still in that hunt, trying to lock up the NFC East and try to get that important home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Have it run through Ford Field, not Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Coming up on this segment, as we get ready to sign off, we'll do 49ers Tailgate Special, the holiday edition. You're going to really like this segment. Yours truly, giving out gifts to the fans. And before we sign off on this, special recognition thanks to Miss Tessa Oliphant from the San Francisco Giants. I know her personally. She used to be one of the interns at USF Dons Baseball, working the social media, and then she left USF to go do the Giants down at Oracle Park for her giving out, helping us out, give out all the goodies and stuff for the Niner faithful. Thanks for her and the people for the San Francisco Giants. Every year we do this every year, giving it out, and we hopefully next holiday season next year that we make these things more of a consistent thing, bigger and better things. And not only gave out some Giant stuff, we gave out some 49ers jerseys, and a Niner fan went home with a 49er jacket, gave away two Jimmy Garoppolo jerseys, including a fan named Darcy from Australia who came all the way out from the land down under to come out to the Niner Empire to watch his first ever 49ers game first professional NFL game in the U.S. So you're going to enjoy this piece. I'd like to thank all of you guys for watching 49ers Live, this holiday edition. I'd like to thank all of you for watching online all year. I know it's a difficult year. This time a year ago, the Niners were getting ready to clinch home field advantage for the playoffs and make that run to the Super Bowl, but then they lose to the Chiefs again in the Super Bowl. All the injuries and the Dre Greenlaw Achilles injuries, Ayuk's the multiple contract holdouts, and then Ricky Pearsall got shot downtown at Union Square back in late August before the season started, and then and all the injuries, and just, hopefully it's a good thing that they can get some rest and take a look at everybody. They'll be ready to go in 25. So for the latest news on 49ers and so much more, go to 49ers.com, and you also can check us out on youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. But coming up, you're going to enjoy this special holiday treat, 49ers. It's going to be the special edition of 49ers Tailgate with yours truly, Professor B. We're going to get ready to finish this a special holiday edition. And we thank you very much all year long. But we still got more coming up. We will be off tomorrow. We will be off. We will not have no podcast tomorrow because of the holidays. We'll be back probably Thursday, maybe or Friday. We hope to get somebody from the Detroit Lions to be on with preview the Niners and Lions for Monday Night Football later this week, right after Christmas. Thanks again for joining us all year long. We continue your support for Niners Radio 49. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be doing Niners Radio 49 podcast all through the off season. We're hoping we can get Matt Mayoko, Jennifer Lee Chan from Niners Insiders on NBC Sports Bay Area to come on right after the season ended. We recap the season, what went wrong and what went right for the 49ers, and where the Niners go from here this coming offseason in the coming weeks ahead. Because we will be having some podcasts, probably get some special guests, probably come on a couple times a week, and eventually want to do a fundraiser, try to keep on improving Niners Radio 49 to upgrading the platform. Thanks for watching, everybody. On behalf of the entire San Francisco 49ers, the entire organization in the 49er Empire and the faithful, we wish all of you a very happy holidays and Merry Christmas and all that. In the meantime, hope you watch this special exclusive of 49ers Tailgate from Niners Radio 49. That is going to begin right now. I will talk to you later. Have a very Merry Christmas, everybody. Take care and go Niners and stay faithful.
The following program is presented to you in living color on Niners Radio 49 in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network.
A picturesque shot here at Levi Stadium here in Santa Clara. It's Thursday night football on this short week. Professor B here on location at Levi Stadium, home of your 5-time Super Bowl champions. We got the beautiful fire right here, little griller warming up. This is a special edition, holiday edition of 49ers Tailgate on Niners Radio 49. 49ers Rams must-win game, a big game for both teams, must-win for San Francisco if they want to stay alive in the NFC West race. 49ers Tailgate on the holiday edition on Niners Radio 49 begins right now.
Want some food? I got you, my boy. I got you. There you go, my boy.
To try these tacos, just hold the price.
How's the taste? How's the taste?
Awesome, good. It's good. Holiday giving, guys. Very good.
Everybody got a game. Let's go.
If you don't know how you know, that's how we do it out here. You know, my hands are and I'm hoping that this shit tell it again. Little boy out your man, it's showtime. Get your money, shawty, let me see you go down. So out back, showing off a tattoo.
Brain ain't nothing but trilling me. Oh man, silly me. I just bought a crib, 3 stories, that with the trilogy. And you know I'm slow with this fuck with the O's on. I gotta beat that text me, she ain't got no clothes on. And then another one text me, yo up next, and I'ma text yo back like I don't with you. You little stupid gang with you. You look dumb ain't with you. I got a million trick things I'd rather do than to be with you. You little stupid I don't give a. Look, I don't give a about you or anything that you do. I don't give a about you or anything that you do. I don't give a.
Hey, Niner fans, welcome to Thursday Night Football. Are you ready for the Niners to beat LA? Beat LA! Beat LA! Beat LA! Beat LA! Beat LA! All right, Niner fans, be ready to get some holiday swag. On behalf of the 49er faithful, the National Football League, the tailgate, Goldberg Whiskey, we're going to be doing the 49er holiday traditional giveaway. Get ready for some swag! Let's go, guys! Let's go, guys! We got some Giants shirt giveaways. Shout out to the San Francisco Giants for hooking us up. For Niners Radio 49. We're giveaways. Hey, who wants some caps, guys? We got Giants caps. We're gonna give them. Try to get rid of them. Try to get rid of them. Get rid of them. So here's one. I've got plenty of caps, guys. We're giving them away. We're giving them away. We got. Yep, we got. Oh, we got plenty of shit. We got some more giveaways. That's the bobbleheads. Currency to Miss Tessa Oliphant from the San Francisco Giants for hooking us up. We got the big ones right here. We got the Niners. We got Cleveland. Let's go. Hit it. Who wants it? Intercepted. We got some more white. Some more you got that. We got some giant flag. Do it. Everybody get started. Nobody who got the Jimmy Garoppolo jersey. This is the
I'm a mother dog. Pull up with the slump, or should I say black trunk, sounding like I got an alligator in the back. Ain't better than melted ice. Rally and hockey like running rubber at every night. Be mugging like a killer. I be hustling all day and night, pushing all night and day. Twisting it with me, getting my guap delay. So we put my crew on my pay, then I get in my way. From the Bay to LA to the haters, connected. Real life, this bitch to have you be head. You ain't gotta like me, but you gotta respect. Woke up early in the morning and put one in the air. Got so hot, thought about running for mayor. Slapped myself to make sure I was still there. Showered the shade and then I slept. Today I'm trying to get rich in this collective stack my money. You can feel it, I'm a evil. Sometimes I just high class, sometimes I just money. If you don't have no cash, you can risk all the time. You can buy yourself to get
Yo. Turn it up! Niners and the Rams. This rivalry goes back to the 1950s when they joined the National Football League. Historical games. John Cody and Washington to
Hey, Niner fans, welcome to Thursday Night Football. Are you ready for the Niners to beat LA? Beat LA! Beat LA! Beat LA! Beat LA!
Well, that's going to do it with another edition of the holiday edition of 49ers Tailgate Live on Niners Radio 49. Looking behind me is just the winter walk here downtown San Francisco. This is the winter walk they have here. They do this every year. The winter walk here down here on Stockton between Stockton and Gary. And then you turn around, the picture I shot behind me is the Union Square. The trees are up, and this is my favorite time of the year. We'd like to thank all of you for watching that special holiday edition of 49ers Tailgate on Niners Radio 49. The Niners end up falling to the LA Rams by a score of 12-6, and the Niners now drop to 6-8. They are pretty much any hopes of them getting back to the playoffs and defend their crown as champions in the NFC are pretty much done. Though they're not quite mathematically eliminated, but they need to probably now have to win out and need some in the need help category. You did some go figure. So the Niners' next game will be on Sunday. Coming up on Sunday, they'll take on the Miami Dolphins. That will be this Sunday. Kickoff time is the late game, part of the CBS doubleheader. 1:25 is the kickoff. You can catch it on CBS. Jim Nance and Tony Romo will be giving you the play-by-play. You also catch all the Niners games on the Niners Radio Network with Greg Papa and Tim Ryan on KBR's 680 104.5 FM and on 107.7 FM The Bone, locally in the San Francisco Bay Area. And so for all the latest news on 49ers and so much more, go to 49ers.com. Check us out always on our YouTube page, youtube.com/@Niners Radio 49. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Our mission is trying to get 1,000 subscribers. Our season finale, our final show for 2024 will be coming up when the Niners take on the Detroit Lions for Monday Night Football. It'll be the final home game of the 2024 season, unfortunately. And that will be coming up for all the latest news on the 49ers, again, go to 49ers.com. That's it for now. Professor B here from downtown San Francisco, right across the street from Union Square. And thank you for watching the holiday edition of 49ers Tailgate on Niners Radio 49. 49ers Tailgate is a presentation of Niners Radio 49 in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network, where every team has a fan and every fan has a voice in the network for the champions. And on behalf of the 49er faithful and all the rest of the staff, and Antonio Barlow and 49er Gold for Rush, and the rest of all the chapters and the 49er organization, we're wishing you, your family, a very happy Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and a blessed Happy New Year. 49ers football, faithful to the Bay.
Happy holidays from Niners Radio 49, part of the Satellite Digital Media News Network.